Welcome to part 2 of the Spokane Falls and Northern 1902 historical simulation. In this part, we'll travel from on the Nelson and Fort Sheppard Railway from Troop Junction to Waneta, and on the Red Mountain Railway from Rossland to Patterson. We'll be traveling from Troop Junction to Summit, which is 11.5 miles, on a 2.5% ascending grade by following the Kootenai Lake West Arm and Cottonwood Creek. This is the ruling grade between Nelson and Spokane, and is where the engine capacity chart was referenced. And we're back on train number 255 as we climb the grade, 2.5% grade, for 5 miles from Troop Junction to Mountain. At this point, we're just coming up on the trestle that goes over top of Hermitage Creek. Here we have a view from Kootenai Lake looking at train number 255 as it crosses Hermitage Creek trestle on the Nelson and Fort Sheppard trackage. In the foreground we can see the Canadian Pacific Hermitage Creek trestle, and you can see the difference in elevation that we've already achieved by going up the grade. Here we are arriving at Mountain Station, which was built in 1893 as one of the original stations. Sometimes it's called South Nelson. Here we'll be picking up passengers, baggage, and express. This is an aerial view of Mountain, and we have number 255 departing at 8:15 a.m. from Mountain Station. You'll notice off to the left in the distance is we can see the Nelson, Columbia, and Kootenai Railway yards and the station, which are 600 feet below. Train 255 has moved forward to the Mountain water spout and is taking on water. We have another 7 miles to climb to Summit on the 2.5% grade, and the next water after that is 18 miles distant at Weimar. As 255 continues to climb along Cottonwood Creek, we get to Cottonwood Lake, which is roughly half a mile north of Summit. Cottonwood Lake feeds Cottonwood Creek, which runs all the way north to Nelson, and which we've been following all since the Mountain Station. There's a trestle at the end here that you will see us traverse over. And we are just arriving now at the Summit Flagstaff, and we will depart here at 8:45 a.m. Summit has a siding and a Y, and you'll notice the snow line is just above Summit here, approximately 3,200 feet here in September. We will now be traveling from Summit to Selmo, which is 18.1 miles. Here we will be taking a 2% southerly descending grade where we follow the Selmo River along its entirety. Okay, 255, we're just coming up on the Hall Flagstaff, and we will depart here at 8:57 a.m. This was established in 1896 by the Hall brothers, who also built the Hall brothers smelter. Currently, the only mine is the Fern Gold Mine, which is shipping consolidated gold ore. Number 255, we're just passing through Puerto Rico, which has a north-facing spur. The Barrick Gold Mine ships concentrated gold ore to the U.S. smelters from this spur. 255, we're just arriving at the Weimar station, where we will depart at 9:32 a.m. The Weimar station actually opened in 1897 when the population was approximately 1,200 people. The Weimar Gold Mine opened in 1895 and was the largest gold producers in the British Empire. Here we're actually coming to the Weimar Water Tower, and we will take on water here. The next water is 23 miles away at Beaver. You'll notice the gold concentrate sacks from the surrounding mines, there are 140 stamps, are being loaded at the siding. Each stamp from within a mine could pulverize 2 to 5 tons of ore per hour, and this came to about 4,000 tons of ore per day being crushed within the mines. This is an early pre-1900 photo of southbound passenger train 255 at the old Selmo station. Our next section, we travel from Selmo to Juanita, which is 24.5 miles. From Selmo, we will follow the Erie Creek to Erie, and then we'll go over a small summit, and then we'll pick up the Beaver Creek, which we follow all the way down to Beaver, which takes us all the way down to the Columbia River at Sayward, and from there we follow the Columbia River to Juanita. Here we have number 255 departing the Selmo station at 9:56 a.m. We have the Yellowstone and Queen mines, which are loading gold concentrate at the siding. These mines were located about 8 miles southeast of Selmo. Number 255 is now arriving at the Erie station, and we will depart at 10:08. Erie is now a ghost town. The Arlington Gold Mine was established in 1897, which is in the background, and it shipped gold concentrate from the siding. It closed shortly after 1902, and after that point there was very little left in Erie. Okay, we're arriving in Beaver, which is now called Fruitvale, and we will depart here at 10:42 a.m. We will be taking on water as the Northport water is 20 miles distant. This is a photo of Beaver Falls with Spokane Falls and Northern 440 number 7, posing in 1897. You notice that it's a butterfly trestle. And then we have 255 crossing the Beaver Creek Falls in 1902. Again, over a butterfly trestle. Number 255 is now leaving the Beaver Valley, and which will follow the Beaver Creek, and entering the Columbia Valley at Sayward. So you have a 90-degree change in direction here from traveling west to traveling south towards Juanita and towards Northport. Number 255 arriving at the Sayward flag stop, now called Columbia Gardens, with a 11:02 a.m. departure. The Nelson bound work extra number 3, pulled by a 260, is sitting on the siding at Sayward awaiting for the 255 to pass. Here we're hitting a historic point of the Hudson's Bay Trading Post Fort Sheppard with an E, built in 1857 on the Columbia River just north of Juanita. This is also where the Dudney Trail crossed the river. Here we have number 255 entering Juanita Station, which is the Canadian border crossing. We also have Spokane Falls and Northern freight train extra number 10 north from Spokane to Nelson, which is holding on the siding. Engine number 10 is a 460. Number 255 is departing Juanita Station at 11:18 a.m. after clearing customs. At this point in 1902, the customs stations were always at the nearest railway station. Number 255 is just heading south and is about to cross the Pend d'Oreille River just north of the border. The 1893 steel cantilever span was built by the San Francisco Bridge Company for a cost of $47,000. In 1946, it became a car bridge and it's still used today. We've now moved up to Rossland and its history from 1890 to 1902. In 1890, the Leroy claims on Red Mountain were established. In 1894, a wagon road and ferry to Northport were built to connect to the Spokane Falls and Northern. In 1894, Rossland town site was established. In 1896, the Columbia and Western's first ore train to trail smelter went left. Also in 1896, the Red Mountain Railway had the first train to Northport. In 1897, Rossland had a population of 6,000. In 1898, the Red Mountain Railway, first ore train to the Northport smelter, and also the British American Company bought the Leroy mine, and in 1899, Great Northern took control of the Red Mountain Railway. The travel from Rossland to Patterson, which is at border, is 8.9 miles. We will take a descending 2.7% grade following the Little Sheep Creek. Through this period, there are two 180-degree loops, one 8 trestle and a couple trestles that are required to get down the slope. This is a mining map of Rossland in 1897 showing all of the claims. The Red Mountain Railway travels leftwards and then down over to the left. The Columbia and Western travels south of Rossland and then off to the right towards Trail. We start the Rossland aerial view over the White Bear Mine and Mill, and then we see the number 1 mine, we see Black Bear Flats with the Y, the Leroy Mine, the Center Star Mine, Iron Mask Mine, the North Nickel Plate Mine, and then the Great Northern Railway Station. And then further along we see the Canadian Pacific Station and the Great West Mine. We're at the Rossland Great Northern Station. We have train number 258, which is a first-class passenger from Northport to Rossland, led by engine number 7, a 440, which will be backing into the station, where it turned around on the Y at the Black Bear Flats. We have work extra number 4, led by engine number 4, a 260, which will be departing the Rossland Yard. The track in the center of the picture is the transfer track that connects into the Canadian Pacific Yard in Rossland. We're sitting in the inside of the Y at Black Bear. We have extra number 9, the 280, which is loading ore right now at the number 1 mine bunkers. We also have 257, which is the Rossland to Northport first class passenger train, and it has departed the station at 11:05 a.m. and it will be transiting through the main line. We're located at the first 180-degree loop trestle that changes direction from a southbound to a northbound on the descending 2.7 grade to Northport. It's work extra number 4 will be crossing the trestle. You'll also notice it has started to rain, and we do have rain falling at this time. In the background, you see that train number 257, the Rossland to Northport passenger train, on the first loop trestle that we just saw. In the foreground, we have work extra number 4 crossing the Little Sheep Creek trestle, heading for Silica. There's a loop in between the two trains that also occurred at Section Pond, and we are sitting on top of the OK Mine ore dump for this view. This is the end of Part 2, the Nelson and Fort Sheppard Railway and the Red Mountain Railway. Part 3, the Columbia and Red Mountain Railway and the Spokane Falls and Northern Railway, can be found at the YouTube link below, or YouTube search Spokane Falls and Northern Trainz 1902 Part